Hello everyone and welcome back to my favourite room in the house. I have been shopping this afternoon with Mrs Trickshot, and while she was off doing her thing, I snuck into Zing Pop Culture, and to my surprise, there were some classified GI Joes on shelf, and one of them was this guy. It is Major Bludd, and I think he only came out sort of very recently here in Australia. And my great mate Shark Eyes, he was telling me this is an awesome figure, and if there was any classified I should buy, it should be this one. And they're on sale currently on Amazon and the Gamesman. And I asked the polite young chap at Zing Pop Culture if he would price match, and he sure did. So it says $45 Australian here. I actually got it for $29 Australian, so I think that's a bit of a bargain. And I'm going to open him live on camera for you right now. So I have my trusty blade ready to rock and roll. First impressions of this guy, he looks really mean. Looks really mean. So certainly an upgrade on the original figure, and I got my original figure from 1983 out of the cabinet, which I will show you at the end of this video. So if you're a vintage nut, please hang around and I will get that out just for you. There's a barcode there. Apparently classified reviewers show off barcodes, so I have done it. The artwork on the side is pretty cool. That's a mean looking Major Bludd with a red eye. And here he is on the back. There is some snake armor in the background, and he looks like he has just wandered out of a battle. There's some sparks flying in the air and some fire in the background. There is also a close-up of his face and his removable helmet. And as my mate Jetman would say, a whole bunch of gobbledygook there on the back. There are some symbols on the side and a QR code that leads to nowhere. As we all know with classified, that QR code goes nowhere, which is kind of interesting. So without any further ado, let's open this guy up. Just pop him open there. I love opening them at the bottom. It's a trick that I saw a few of my mates do to keep the packaging in really nice condition. And let's slide him out here. Apologies to everyone who might be listening on headphones. There might be some crinkling occurring in just a second. I'll put the box up there out of the way. Here he is, beautifully presented with this nice cobra backdrop, which is very cool. I'll put that over there. And we'll pop the figure out. That's probably the first thing I need to do. So we'll carefully pop him out. Try not to lose any other accessories here. I don't think he is strapped in here. Some of them have plastic ties that sort of keep them in. Wow, first impressions of the figure itself. This is awesome. Look at that. Look at that head. He looks so mean. He's got a scar on one eye. The robotic arm is there, which is crucial for Major Bludd. As we all know, the original figure had a robotic right arm and a human left arm, so that's all intact. Apologies if the focus isn't too good here. Lots of articulation, as you can see. Pauldron. He has a pauldron. I love saying that word. The articulation looks good. These joints, I'm told, are pinless, so they really flex nice and smoothly. So there's a twist at the arm, there's a bend at the elbow, there's a twist in the hand. Obviously the shoulder moves up and down, and there's a butterfly joint in there as well, so it goes back and forth, which is pretty cool. Head moves around. Bit of give in the torso, which is really cool. Is there a boot cut? Yep, there is. The feet can go up and down, which is good as well. See if he can bend all the way around. That one's a bit sort of that knee. It's a bit stiff, but I can get the left leg up, so it articulates right through. That's pretty cool. We'll see if he stands up. I've only had a light play around with him, but yes, looks like he's going to stand up pretty easily. There we go. Just got to get the balance right. It's very cool. He'll probably fall over. I do apologise if he does, but there are some accessories here. I'll get the helmet out first because this is another one of the iconic Major Bludd accessories. That helmet looks very similar to Cobra Commander's helmet. Looks very similar to the Cobra Trooper's helmet, Crimson Guard helmets. So it's pretty easy to see that he is a bad guy, as much as he is a mercenary. He's a paid soldier. You can clearly see he's a member of Cobra with that helmet, and it fits perfectly on his noggin. That's very cool. Look at that. I love this body armor. It's like Kevlar, and it looks like it's taken a little bit of battle damage as well, which just adds to it. Quick bit of trivia. The original Major Bludd was actually from Grim Cape in Tasmania, according to the file card. So this is an Australian Cobra operative. There isn't a place called Grim Cape in Tasmania, but there is a place called Cape Grim, and we actually we've named some whiskey after Cape Grim, I reckon. So it is a brand here in Australia. Cape Grim is well known as a place in Tasmania. So there's Major Bludd with his helmet on. I'll just stand him up. I have the air conditioner on, so there's a hefty breeze coming through here. It's hot in my neck of the woods, so he might topple over, and I do apologise if he does. Let's get the backpack out. So this backpack is very sort of reminiscent of the original 1983 Jobby, which I'll show you soon. And obviously there's a couple of little slots there for some missiles, so I will carefully peel this sticky tape off and grab those missiles out. Again, apologies for the crinkling. Carefully grab those missiles, and they're stuck to the sticky tape, which is good. Sometimes they explode and they go everywhere. Put that back on. So there's some nice little missiles there, as you can see. I hope they're called missiles. No, maybe darts. What do you reckon they're called? Please tell me in the comments below. What is the official name for these bits and pieces? Now I hope I'm putting them in the right way. I think that looks pretty good. I reckon. I feel like the nose of the missile is going to be facing upwards. And the true test of any good classified is how easy the backpack goes into the figure. And I've struggled putting backpacks into classifieds before, but part of the trick is to get the hole on the clothing to line up with the hole on the back. So there is a little bit of messing around because you can see that they're not quite aligned in there. So apologies in advance if there is an extended silence while I get this in there. I might have to take him off camera. Yep, put the missiles down. Okay, give me a second. Let's see if I can get him organised. While I'm doing this, I just wanted to thank everyone for subscribing to my channel. Recently, I reached 500 subscribers, which is an amazing achievement, one that I could never have imagined I would reach when I started filming reviews and sharing my collection on YouTube. So it is awesome, and I do really appreciate everyone who has come along for the ride. If you're here for the first time, feel free to click that subscribe button and maybe even leave a like or a comment. I love seeing all the comments as they come through and certainly replying to them and keeping the conversation going. So feel free to do that. I'm really struggling with this backpack. Typical classified backpack problems with GI Joe. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get that in on camera. I might have to come back to that. It's just misaligned with his vest there. So we'll put the backpack to one side. He can run around with his helmet still. Actually, there's a necklace in here, so I'll get the necklace out, which is also covered in sticky tape. There we go. It's a necklace, and if you know the lore, this necklace contains dog tags of obviously targets that he has neutralized during his career. So That's mad as that is. It will slide over his helmet, which is pretty cool. There we go. So he's got his dog tag necklace on, and there's a couple of sidearms here as well. Come on, Mr. Bludd, stand up. There we go. All right, now let's get these sidearms out. There is one sidearm which is a beast of a 6-shooter. There it is there. It's a very cool revolver with a big old barrel on it. That's pretty awesome. I wonder if that goes into his holster here, or whether that is meant for another weapon. Not sure. Yeah. Don't know. It doesn't seem like it wants to fit in there, but maybe it needs to be sort of warmed up. I'll put it in his hand for now, I reckon. Yeah, these hands are quite stiff as well. He's nice and fresh out of the box, so he needs a little bit of a massage. But I reckon I've got that. Oh, that 6-shooter is. That's pretty awesome. Look at that. He's like, yeah, that is wild. Love that. Look at that. He's pretty cool. What else have I got here? There is another handgun which looks a lot more like the handgun that came with the original version of Major Bludd. It looks like a little, as I said, a little missile shooter, a little dart gun. There is a hole there. Sorry about that. Get this guy to focus. There is a hole there, maybe to put a missile in, which works like so. So there we go. It's pretty groovy. But I think I'll probably end up displaying mine with the missiles on the backpack when I can finally get it in. Does this weapon fit in that holster? It does. So obviously that holster there is designed for the missile gun, which is pretty cool. But look, oh my gosh, this is an awesome figure. I'm pretty happy with this guy. Look at him. He's wicked. So I'm going to go and take him out into the front yard and take some awesome photos, maybe do a reel, because I posted a reel the other day and that really went really well. I've been fiddling with the Cobra Viper whilst sitting down watching TV over the Christmas break. So no doubt I will do the same with old mate Major Bludd here and feel tempted to post a reel. So he looks very, very cool. Look at that. So I promised that I would get out my vintage versions of these guys, and I have done just that. So first up, here is the 1983 original, and he's a really cool figure. As you can see, that metallic robotic arm is on the right hand side and his human arm is on the left hand side. That helmet and eye patch is there, as well as that nice dog tag chain that we talked about a little bit before, and obviously the dart gun or the missile gun that we were referring to before. So that's pretty cool. I also have the 1991 version of Major Bludd, which is a little bit different. It's blue in color, as you can see here, and a few of those iconic bits are still there. So the helmet's still there, and the eye patch and the mustache. So a few of those cool things that make Major Bludd are still there. This guy was supplied with this ridiculously large backpack that made noises, and for obvious reasons I don't display him with that backpack. His backpack is tucked away safely in my drawer, but that's a pretty cool version of Major Bludd as well. I don't think there are any bad versions of Major Bludd. The only thing about this guy that's a bit weird is the grenades on his arms, but you know, that's the 90s for you, I suppose. So he's pretty cool. And I have the 1994 version of Major Bludd, and this is when GI Joe went a little bit I suppose, neon, and Major Bludd from 1994 is black, red, and purple in colour. He has this strange attachment on his elbow, which I've never been able to figure out. I don't know what that is. That's always been there, you know, as long as I've had the figure. So if you've got Major Bludd from 1994, please tell me if your figure has that strange spur on his elbow, and maybe even give me an explanation of what it is. That's very strange. Came with this this sort of variation on the old Rock Viper rifle, but he's a cool version as well. Eye patch is there, helmet's there. Love it. They don't have the robotic arm, the 1991 and 1994 versions, but there is all three of my vintage versions of Major Bludd, as well as the classified version, which I picked up today from Zing Collectibles at the shop just around the corner from my house. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, or drop a like, and I will see you next time. Yo, Joe.